SHMACKEMAGOB and bang, 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 pizza skulls. Another donated episode from Greg Symanski. And it's not a track by track. Greg Symanski has been asking me to rate albums, and Alan Sandler did too. And that bands, I wrote down the bands here because I never remember the bands before I do it, even though I have the albums in front of me, but they're stacked on top of each other. And he wants me to rank Twisted Sister, Skid Row, Armored Saint, Y&T, and Dokken. You know, from least favorite to favorite. Now, all these bands I love. There's a couple albums from some of these bands I'm not too crazy about. Some of the bands, not all the bands. So, at the bottom, and I love them. Saw him recently, and my God, that singer they got now is God. Talking about Skid Row, and he wants me to do my 2 favorite albums of Skid Row. So this would be my second favorite, Subhuman Race. You know, for a little while it was my favorite for a while, but then, you know, I woke up and I said, nah, man. Slave to the Grind's my favorite, but this album, man, Frozen, Beat Yourself Blind. Eileen is my favorite Skid Row song that's off this album. My Enemy. There's a lot of good shit on here. Remains to Be Seen. Good stuff, man. Medicine Jar, Breaking Down, great ballad, and Iron Will. And then this one, man, Monkey Business, Slave to the Grind, Living in a Chain Gang, Get the Fuck Out, In a Darker Room, Riot Act, Mud Kicker, Wasted Time, Psycho Love, Quicksand Jesus, The Threat. Awesome album. Alright, that would be at the bottom. Next, I would have to say, and I love them, but this is one of the bands that some of the albums I'm not too crazy about, but I don't mind rocking with Dokken. Now, my second favorite Dokken album, I don't think many of you will agree with, because George Lynch is not on the album. And George Lynch is godly. But my second favorite is Erase the Slate. I even did an episode about it here on this channel. This album is godly. A lot of people would worship this album if it came out in the 80s. But man, the title track, Mattis Hatter, one great cover of, not Metallica, was it Three Dog Night? I think it's Three Dog Night. And, oh my God, now I can't remember his name. The guy that wrote the song, where he also wrote, I can't live if living is without you. I don't know if he wrote that one. That might have been Badfinger, but I know he covered it. I'm going to find it here. And my apologies to all you that love to say, Ned's this person. Harry Nilsson, I think, right? Isn't that his name? Yes, Harry Nilsson. Love it. My favorite Dokken album. Oh, and also In Your Honor. Beautiful ballad. My favorite is... Oh, shit. Did you see that? Because I just held up the next band. Tooth and Nail. Title track. Probably my favorite Dokken song. Heart is Heart, When Heaven Comes Down, Into the Fire, Bullets of Despair, Alone Again. I love this album. Don't close your eyes and I'll be there. Alright, you probably saw it already, so the next album, next band is Y&T. And I'm telling you right now, man, Greg, I can't do it, dude. I can't tell you my second favorite. It's a tie. My second favorite is a tie. It's a tie between Mean Street and Black Tiger. I can't tell you which one I like more. I really can't. I can't pick one above the other. I could pick my favorite above these two, but these two are tied for my second favorite. And have you seen that Y&T documentary? It is so well made. I highly recommend it. My favorite Y&T album is Earthshaker, man. With my favorite Y&T song, Hurricane, and Dirty Girl, Squeeze, Rescue Me, I Believe in You. Awesome stuff, man. Dave Meniketti is a god. And rest in peace. Only Dave Meniketti is still alive. But what an amazing album. What an amazing band. I had the privilege of seeing them twice. One time, the first time I saw them, they opened for the next band I'm going to pick. Actually, Dokken was on the bill too. Dokken opened the show. And then Y&T, then Twisted Sister. Yes, Twisted Sister is not at the top because you already know what my top one is. Right? Yeah, you know what my top one is. But I am an SMF, and I worship this band. And my second favorite, I love Stay Hungry, but it's not my second favorite, and it's not my favorite. But my second favorite is Under the Blade. And I know this is not a popular opinion, and as much as I love the secret version, this is the original version, I liked what Mark Mendoza did with the remastered version that came out after Stay Hungry. Destroyer, the song Under the Blade, What You Don't Know, Run for Your Life, Tear It Loose with Fast Eddie Clark, Shoot 'Em Down. Pete Way produced this, kinda. Speaking of documentaries, Under the Blade CD, there's a couple CDs reissues. You gotta search out which one I'm talking about. It brought an extra DVD with a documentary of the making of. Well, they didn't say like Pete Wade did much, but man, it brings that show, man, that outdoor show, which was just godly. I will say, and this is my favorite. Can't Stop Rock and Roll. My favorite song, Can't Stop Rock and Roll. That's my favorite Twisted Sister song. Like a Knife in the Back, The Kids Are Back. Ride to Live, Live to Ride. I Am, I'm Me, Changed My Life for the Better. It's a very inspirational song. I'll Take You Alive, We're Gonna Make It. And this is the version from Europe. And it says here Germany, France, and UK. The American version was black. It didn't have that red background. All right, well, my favorite is Armored Saint. Armored Saint is my favorite of these bands. And you know what? It's kind of tough. I know what my favorite is, but it was kind of tough picking. Man, I love the reunion album called Revelation. I love March of the Saint. I love Raising Fear. Love them so much, man. But my second favorite would be the one I would recommend. If you don't know Armored Saint, this is the album to get if you want to get into Armored Saint. Symbols, FUKK! You already know my favorite. Symbol of Salvation is my second favorite. This album, I think it's fucking perfect, actually. Tribal Dance, Rain of Fire, The Truth Always Hurts. Man, listen to John Bush on that song. Jeez, one of my favorite singers. The title track, Hanging Judge, War Zone, Burning Questions, Tainted Past, Spineless. Amazing. And what's also amazing is that they released a live album where they do this album from back to front with a DVD too. Well, separate. DVD, CD, but I got the vinyl as well. And only 200 of these were made, right? 300 of these are made, which is a violent, rosy, colored vinyl. I really don't care. But, you know, I mean, it was my option. I bought like the bundle pack, which I got all 3 colors. Because I love this band so much that even though I don't need 3 vinyls and shit, I did it anyway to show support, to show Metal Blade that, man, Armored Saint got a fanatical fan in Florida that'll buy the bundle. I always buy anything that they release. They always throw it in like some bundle package where you get a shirt and CDs and DVDs and so on. I always go for that. Godly band. And yes, you already saw it. But I would not recommend this first. If you don't know Armored Saint, get Symbol of Salvation first. And then I would say even get Raising Fear second. Then get whatever you want after that. Because they're all good. I will say La Raza is the only one that I had a little problem with, but it grew on me and I love it now. That last one, and Wind Head First, and Nod to the Old School, all that shit. And signed by everybody in the band. Nervous Man, Aftermath, probably my favorite Armored Saint song. You're Never Alone, Release, For the Sake of Heaviness, The Conqueror, Over the Edge, Long Before I Die, Nervous Man. That's it, man. This is my favorite of the bunch, and I would put this band up in my top 10. Well, I would also put Twisted Sister. Let's see. I'd put Twisted Sister in my top 10. Y&T, probably my top 20, and Dawkins the same. Skid Row, my top 30, 40. I love them all, though. Every album I just showed you now, I fucking love them. Love them all. So there you go. Greg Symanski. Thanks again for that donation, buddy. I hope you appreciated my ranking of these bands, albums, and you know, feel free, everybody out there, to put your rankings down there below. And if you don't agree with me, that's awesome. So again, Greg, thank you so much for the donation. And if you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below, yo. And please subscribe to my channel if you have not. And Bang Bang Pizza Skulls, that little notification bell. Stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath. And smack 'em a gob. Bang Bang Pizza Skulls.